The death of Albert Ojwang should not be taken for granted by President William Samoei Arap Ruto and Police IG Douglas Kanja. Now, MP Millie Odhiambo is breathing fire, and I want us to listen to what is said about the head of state regarding the death of Albert Ojwang, which is a shocker to many Kenyans.
We have spoken with the president on this issue. The president himself has said that he will bring to order the people that are in the government that are rogue, and we want to therefore tell the president, please strike your whip on people who are violating rights, because there are certain things that are non-negotiable, and one of them is violation of human rights. You cannot kill people and expect that life goes on. I know, and I can speak authoritatively because the president has told me in person that he does not stand this. If he does not, then let him crack the whip on the people who are doing this. If he doesn't tolerate this, let him crack the whip. We cannot bury people. And you know the saddest thing is when you bury a young person, the person you are punishing is not the young person. You are punishing that old mzee who was crying over his only child. What did that mzee do to you? We cannot have this. We have buried too many young people to bury one more young person. It's not going to happen, no.
In case this is your first time on the Sport Check YouTube channel, kindly support us by subscribing and turning on the notification bell. The death of Albert Ojwang should not be taken for granted by President William Ruto, Police IG Douglas Kanja, together with his two DIGs, Gilbert Masengeli and Mr. Langat. But most importantly, Mr. Langat. But Kenyans are also waiting to see what IPOA will do, despite the fact they are not going to expect much from the IPOA. This is not about broad-based government. It is not about one-term team. It is not about two-term team. It is not about those who hate this government. It is about a right to life. It is enshrined in the Kenyan Constitution. Even if you hate me, even if you don't want to see me, you don't have a right to take my life. But most importantly, the people who are supposed to take care of the property, they are supposed to maintain law and order and also protect property, are the same people being accused. You know, there are stories that you can't convince Kenyans with. How do you convince me that Gilbert Ojwang died as a result of hitting his head on the wall? In fact, I'm eagerly waiting for the autopsy report by government pathologists. I'm eagerly waiting. What are they going to tell us? Kenyans, it is not about a certain community. It is not about a Luo community or a Kikuyu community. In fact, I do identify myself as a human being. I don't care about tribe. As long as I see you, you are my fellow human being. What will they tell Kenyans? Let us not bring politics into this. Our leaders, who should be at the forefront to fight for Kenyans. When it comes to right to life, it cannot be negotiated. It is a right to life, and if at all Albert Ojwang posted something that is against the administration, or maybe he defamed someone, we have a court of law. And these people should be taken to court. Remember, you are innocent until proven guilty. And that is not your work as someone who has been accused. You can't prove yourself guilty. It is the responsibility of the state to prove that you are guilty. But right now, I watched that old man from Yugis, I think Homa Bay County. Despite the fact that you think that some people in this country do not deserve to live, look at his father. That is a man who has worked hard to see his only child pursuing education. And now when it is time for him to help his parents, because people don't come from the same community, from the same family, or from the same background, how can you be so heartless? Even the person who did it, and I believe the investigation will be carried out. Let us not talk about interdiction of those officers if at all they will be found guilty. Let them serve as an example to the rest of Kenyans. Even if you hate someone, let me tell you something. You don't need to be liked. But that is the worst thing you can do to someone. Let me tell you something. We always give our comments here online every day about President William Ruto, about Raila Odinga, about Rigathi Gachagua. It is our comment, right? Despite the fact I'm not defaming anyone. But if at all you feel like I am defaming you, the best thing to do, go to court, charge me. But it is not right. Let me just ask you something. How are we going to live in this society if freedom of expression is not being guaranteed by those who should protect it? I know every right has got a limit. But before you take somebody's life, so does it mean that if you're arrested, you are not safe? Huh? Please let me know what you think in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. This is so emotional that I can't continue doing this. Remember, at the end of my videos, I promised to carry out civic education. Remember to register as a voter, demonetize politics, vote for someone with a vision. Bye for now. I will see you in the next video.